story was so powerful. So Kim, just share a little bit of that with everybody.
So I started in October of 2012, and a friend posted up looking for hustlers. And I didn't really think that I was a hustler, but I definitely knew that I could use some part-time income. I already worked kind of long hours, worked 9 to 6, took me about 2 hours to get home from picking up my kids and getting from work, and I didn't have time to get back to a part-time job. But we were stuck in a 3-bedroom apartment in an income-regulated community, and we had all of our kids in that space. It was a really, really long hike, and we were struggling. Even though we both had jobs, it was just a really big struggle for us to accommodate such a large family. And so it was ideal for me. I honestly signed up just thinking, I had no idea what I was signing up. How many of you guys signed up for this and didn't really know what you were signing up for? That was me. I had no idea it was multi-level marketing. I had never done it. And to be honest with you guys, from what I knew about multi-level marketing, had I known, I would have been so negative that I wouldn't have signed up. I just thought that I was grabbing some rats. And I was a mom whose body had been stretched out, and I was thinking, if it tightens, tones, and firms, everybody wants this. Who says that they don't want to tighten, tone, and firm 45 minutes? So I figured cash. That was quick. So that's what hooked me to this, was the quick cash. And then I started, and probably by my end of my first week, we'll backtrack, I started with my first $99 business builder kit. Some people are a little nervous to start off with just those 4 wraps because they figure, what can I do with 4 wraps? But it's literally all the money that I had. I had just paid rent, we had just paid all of our bills, and that's all the money I had left. I literally had $112, and my kit was $111.49. I remember. It's all I had. And I didn't have any money left for the next 2 weeks, and I thought to borrow it at first because, you know, I didn't want to give up my last. It was my gas money and my lunch money. But I'm very faith-based, and I looked up and I said, God, if you do this for me, I'm going to give your name the glory the entire time. And I have been. And so a month into it, I found Marvette. She came in maybe 3 weeks after I did, and we locked arms. And I wound up promoting to executive my first month. I was so excited. I probably had already made $1,000 in rap cash, easy. I was making $400 or $500 every single week, and everyone wanted it. You don't understand. And so that was real for me because we were struggling. So about 4.5 months in, I had already hit double diamond, and I had already doubled what I was bringing home monthly, almost tripled it, from my full-time job, just working this part-time. And so we were able to move out of that small little apartment that we had, put our kids in better schools, made the decision to go all in with It Works, which was really, really scary after 4 months of just, I hadn't even met Pam yet, you guys. And so going all in with the company without ever really meeting who owned the company or anything, I just knew it was real. I had never known anything about residual income. And for me, I feel like the reason why I wasn't afraid and I didn't think twice about it is because I've lived my power off. I've had to, not gonna cry, I've had to go to work, clothes wrinkled, kids' clothes wrinkled, coworkers looking at me crazy, not knowing that I had just spent the last hour and a half holding candles getting 5 kids ready. Trying to explain to them why our lights weren't on. You know, making up stories, the storm knocked it out. They're looking at me like, well, the neighbors have lights. You know, and going through that several times, and every time feeling so powerless. So for me, it was a no-brainer. With those steps to success right there, I just figured you just fill in the boxes with people who want this business, with people who wanted $500 or $1,000 extra dollars. And it's like now when I feel emotional, it's not so much for my life. It's more so because I watch these people stand up here, you know, knowing that if I hadn't had the courage to just jump out there, that some of these lives sitting out here, you guys are in this business because I made a choice, a $99 choice, my last dime. That choice changed a bunch of these lives sitting out here. And that's the impact that we have with It Works. I have someone sitting right here. I already love her to pieces. Met her at breakfast this morning. She confided in me some life-changing things that she was going through, and I won't expose that without her permission.
Okay.
But I'm able. She just found out she's battling with breast cancer. But I would have never known her had I not had the courage to just hand her a gift card. She was sitting behind me at breakfast. I'm going to change her life. And I know this opportunity is life-changing. I know it's life-changing. And I just think about somebody who's sitting in here right now, who's struggling, who has kids, who might be on welfare, who might be a teen mom like me, who might be a high school dropout like me. Those figures are real. And if you say you don't have enough time, I'm juggling 6 kids, a downline of almost 6,000 distributors, and my husband is in the military. He's here now in Fort Jackson. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And if I can do it, you can do it. Greater is he that is in you